Welcome back to Foundation version 1, where you can see I went a bit overboard on wheat. I had problems with bread, not enough bread, so I went a bit overboard when I talk about this. But yeah, welcome back to this game that has just released in full version, right, version 1, and this is really an amazing one. So don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see the full playlist of how I got there. I did make a couple of changes since the end of the last episode. In particular, we have started to upgrade more the city. There's nothing completely new, it's more kind of, I've done a bit more of the same so that we're ready in this episode to start with, new stuff. So what did I do? Well, for example, you can hopefully recognize right away that our church is bigger than before. We have the church here. There was actually one house that used to be there. I've deleted it, so we have a bit more space, and I've slightly moved also the church back, and I've been, expanding it. We now have multiple kind of sub-buildings inside the church, as you can see. And so really interestingly, now if you click on the church, I have a weekly attendance maximum of 105. So I have definitely a lot of capacity for my city, which is great. And again, as you saw there, I added also a couple of decorations in the front and in the back of the church. So really proud of how it's looking right now. I think that's pretty cool. As I said, we've also upgraded more houses, right? In the last episode, I showed you how to upgrade your houses to the medium density so that you have 6 spaces instead of 2 by having light fortification and patrol coverage. So yeah, we have basically a couple more of these village watchtower to provide the light fortification. And then I've expanded my watch post here with a second, small building here. Right, and we still have the door in the back there, so that we move from 5 to 10 maximum patroller and watchmen. And as you can see, I've put 7 right now for both of these, and we've expanded, the patrolling coverage all the way here and there. There's a couple of houses where I'm not patrolling here in the back, and they're there, but we already have a lot more population, right? And we still have some space. Then I have also upgraded a couple of houses, 2 to be precise, like this is 1 and this is 1, to the medium quality, right? By having some beautification with this rose bush over here, and by having also commoner residents. Now, who are those commoner residents? Well, they're basically the people working in the bakery, so that we could make more bread. So now we have 4 of them, and they're all upgraded to commoner because it's best suited, this job of the baker is best suited to commoner. So our productivity is at 100%. Let's just see, if you have 4 people but they are served, you still won't have 100%. We have also, as I said, upgraded a lot of the farm. First we have more, and they are not basic farms anymore. If we go into Control P, into my development, right, we have here the wheat farm improvement. I bought this one and I started to use it in my farms. So if we look at this farm here, for example, this is a farm that doesn't have 3 people, has 5 people. And also, instead of having only 50 of storage for the wheat, we now have 170. Now, the more farmers you put, the more you're gonna need to paint a bigger crop to make it adequate. I am still facing one issue, that they're not sowing the whole field, and I don't know why. This one, for example, is basically at the limit of too small versus adequate, and they're still not sowing everything. Similarly, for this one, you can see it says adequately sized, but they're not sowing everything. Some people online say that maybe the farmers are too far, their house is too far, but most of these farmers, they have their workplace 40-50 meters from the farm. That's really not that far. It could be that though they have to walk far to the market over there, so I may experiment with this. The other thing I'm thinking is maybe, it is basically this field here is too far from the main building somehow, and so you should have more the main building in the middle and then the farms around. But for now, the good thing is, as you can see, we have 192 of bread, so we have enough bread. And this was really not the case when I only had 2 or 3, but now that we have 4, and all 4 are upgraded, right? This one, we have 3 that are upgraded in the middle, meaning they have 5 farmers, and we have 1 here that is upgraded at the maximum by having 7 farmers. Now, why do I say it's a maximum? Because when you look into edit the building, you will see that your tooling shack that increases the worker capacity by 2, you can only have max 2 of these, versus, the wheat cart, where that's increasing your output, your storage by 10, you can have 5, and then this one you can have 4, but I don't feel like you need to. We have just in front of it, by the way, the mill is still there and the well is still there. Now, to be able to put obviously more farm there, I had to move what was already there before, which was the sheep farm, right? So the sheep farm has moved now into the back here, right? We have the sheep farm, and we have, the tailor's workshop and the weaver's hut with the storage dedicated to this and completely full, because right now we're not really using it, right? I'm not selling and I'm not giving to my people the common clause, so that's why it's full. I also, reorganized a bit these parts / added a few more production. So for example, for the wars, the hunter's hut, we have now 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. We have 2 of these butcheries. I think that was already the case before. We have 2 of these charcoal huts. We have 2 over here of these iron mining camp. I did add a second stone cutter camp. I have 1 here with 2 stone mason huts, and I have another one there. We have then also 3 fishing instead of 2. And we have, last but not least, the sort of end of the production for the smelter, right? Iron smelter and blacksmith, and they go into this warehouse just in front, where you have coal, iron, ore, tool, and stone. Right? So that was reorganized slightly too. And yeah, as I said, a lot of growing the city on this side, reorganizing a bit. And I did kill a couple of houses, I think 2 or 3 here, to make some space and to also reorganize a bit the market. We have all 4 of my market next to each other now. Again, I think maybe this is a bit too far from some of these houses there, but at the same time, I feel like my city right now is really nicely compact. It's working well. We have a lot of things close to each other. And you may be wondering what I'm planning to do over here in the middle. Why did I need some space? Well, this is for our next priority, which is actually, sorry, I'm not gonna go there. I'm going to show you first. If we look at one of my commoner, so let's take here a baker. All right. So all of the commoners, we're giving them water, we're giving them an improved house. That's great. We're giving them 2 types of refined food, meat and bread to be precise, and they have access to the service at the church, right? But they are still missing 2 things. They are missing entertainment, which could come from berry brew, beer or wine, and they are missing a good one for now. Common clothes would fit the bill, so that's great. We can do that. But the one we're missing is really the entertainment. Now the entertainment, it means you must have a tavern and you must have some resources to sell in the tavern. So the tavern is actually a building we have already unlocked. It is a building over here, similar to your manor house. It could become a very big one. So I don't think we can make a very big one, but we're gonna start making one here basically. And then we're gonna need to sell also, one thing, either berry brew, beer or wine. And the one that's easy at this point is the beer. You can see this is the next in the list. All right, if we go down. So we're gonna unlock beer for sure, done. We could also unlock, by the way, a couple of other things. In particular, I'm thinking let's get another edict, because also I have tons of money, by the way, right? Money is not a problem. So if I go into my mandate, no, not mandate, sorry. Where are my edicts? They're over here. Wrong button. It is a tab button. If I go here, yes. So we have unlocked a second one. The first one was to refund 50% of the tool used. That's pretty good. Our second one, there are a couple of different things. We could decrease the cost of mandates, but I don't really use a lot of mandate right now. This one may be really powerful at the end when we need really a lot more of iron ore, for example, or gold ore. But it's going to create problem with my berry, fish, wheat, and boar, which are not that high right now. So I don't want to do it at this point. Then we have upkeep of production building by 50%. I think that's pretty interesting. And then lastly, we have the trade quantity bonus. I'm not really trading right now, so I think again, sturdy material is a good choice at this point. Okay, and then yeah, let me show you quickly the tavern, and then we will move into the beer. So for the tavern, as I said, similar to your Great Hall, there's a couple of different buildings, right? We have in particular the public lounge. This is, this is the main building where people come basically. And then we have the service counter, which is where you can sell some things, for example, beer, to the commoners, best suited for commoners, they're saying. And then lastly, we have the berry brewery, which will make, as the name suggests, berry brew out of berries and water. And it's best suited to citizen. So we don't really need to do it right now. I think, again, let's focus on the other. Now we're going to make basically a double building, right? Where we say, okay, we want a bit of a, let's see, yeah, let's put it this side. Let's put one like that on the side. And then maybe one like this around. Get, a couple of different things. And maybe we put this one a bit higher. Let's see. Yeah. And we will need a door, of course. So let's see. We have a thatched canopy entrance, a normal entrance, welcoming entrance, But this one here will give us 1 point in labor, so why not? Let's take this one right in the center there. Okay, we may want also a couple of other small things, like, you know, a window here, yeah, a window on the side, maybe a weather vane here at the top. What else? What else? I mean, that's a start, you know, we can always add more things later. But then, more importantly, as I say, we're going to click also on create a sub-building so that we have a service counter. And the service counter, for now, we're going to make it simple. I'm going to take just maybe this one, put it on this side here. Okay. That this one is looking too low, actually. So yeah, maybe like this. Feels a bit more realistic, don't you think? And I wonder if we want to have the entrance there, actually. Yeah, maybe. Because there's some windows. Yeah, I think like this. That's looking good. It's gonna cost us 84 planks, 21 tools, 17 wood, 27 stone. But it's gonna have a capacity of 25. We don't really have a lot of commoners right now, so for now that makes sense. Let's build all. And yeah, I'm gonna give it a second, right? It's always gonna take a second to build all of this. So while this is happening, we can think about the beer, right? So for the beer, I'm thinking, so oh, maybe, so I'm not sure. I'm thinking either we put it over here or we buy this territory and cut all of those trees and we put it there. What's sure is I don't really want to mix my bread production with my beer production. I feel like we need to make sure we have bread. And I don't want to put it in the back of the manor, because I'm thinking maybe we're gonna put the castle behind. Like, no, that should be impressive. In terms of territory, I can buy this. And we already have this one, we already have this, we don't have that one, okay. And we don't have that one, but we can just buy it, and that's fine. We're making money, money is not a problem. Especially now that we're improving the happiness of my commoners, I'm not too worried. So I'm thinking maybe here, this is a good idea, let's just buy this. And in particular, because you may have realized I did have a farm here before, but now I've stopped the farm. I'm thinking we're gonna put a road here, because that way it's a road that can hopefully go pretty easily to the center of the town, where we're gonna have the tavern, right? So yeah, I'm thinking this is it. So let me just reorganize oops, cancel, that's not what I want to do. So yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna need to reorganize this slightly, but that's fine, you know, we can click on it, edit it. This is why this game is just so amazing. We can really change everything along the way. So I think we're gonna need one here, and move this one there, and we'll continue the farm. Where is the last one here? Yeah. So we're gonna continue the farm here. So this stays like that. That's okay. And then this is for, you know, the sheep, and you can do the same, or it can continue. Actually, you click here on that, and then you click on plus, and it is, you have a new one. So it is, we're gonna put it there, and you know, it's basically going to continue that side in the future. No, that's not right, sorry. Need to rework that a bit. Okay, so we can, you know, you can delete it if you're not happy, it's fine. So we do this, then we press plus, another one, and another one, okay. So that's the start, you know, we're gonna start this, then that way now we have an entrance, right? And we can start cutting all of those trees, make some space for this new production. I'll see you in a second when I start, you know, building that. It is, we've started to clean this whole piece there. You can see, I mean, we have extended also slightly. Fence over here, the fence on this side, and we have a small road that is starting. I think this is going to be, again, the perfect place for making beer. But while they continue to clean that a bit more, let's finish actually the last mission that we have on improving our trade routes. Now, to be able to do this, we're gonna have to start a mandate, right? So let's go into our mandates over here, and we can see improve the Northbury trade route. That seems like a good idea, so let's invest. Now, it's gonna take 10 turns and 50 of the bread. That's also why I wanted to make sure our bread was really good, but now I think it is indeed really good. We have a lot. I haven't put, you know, a fence here. Maybe we'll do it later, but at least we have a fence around there and here, and we may expand that one slightly further. A couple of minutes later, and it is the Northbury Road has been upgraded to level 2. which means that instead of transporting or selling or buying, maximum 25 per time the merchant comes, we can now sell 50 or buy 50. So that's a really good one. While we're here, let's also open the trade route with Tavern. It is first renowned for its elegant ships. Okay, it costs 20 of bread, but we have more than 200, so all good there. And this is really going to start giving us access to basically everything. Everything will be able to either buy or sell. We can also do the Kingston Abbey, by the way. Let's do it. And that way we will only miss the Castle Arbor. The fortified heaven of Castle Arbor trading wonders of distant realm. I can see some weapons in particular, so that could be interesting into the future, but that requires us to start, the castle path, which we haven't really done. While we're here, let's also check out the tavern, which is starting to be built. We have over here 35 out of the 99 planks that need to be delivered, 5 out of the 25 tools. So there's a bit more that needs to be done. One of the key reasons is because, it takes a lot of workers to take all of those trees here. I'm not cutting them, I am destroying them, right? I'm removing them. So it takes workers to do that, and that's why, I think that's why it's taking time. But anyway, we have started here, as you can see, the village or mini production chain that I mentioned before around the beer. So we have the brewery here, which is going to produce 3 beers out of 2 wheat, 1 hop, and 1 water. So I just realized I forgot one building, so my bad. We're gonna need also a well. Let's go, let's put a well just next to it, I guess. Yeah, like this. So we're gonna have the brewery, we have the well, and then in front of it we're going to have the new hop farm. That's a new farm for hop, and the wheat farm we knew before, right, for the wheat. And then last but not least, I am going to put a granary so that we can have storage of those basic resources and most importantly storage of the final good, right, the beer. And then the beer can be transported to that tavern there. Okay, while this is happening, let's look at the next one. The next one, in my opinion, if you look at the list, is the common wares or it's the castle. I think we're gonna unlock both so that I can start showing it to you, but I'm not sure which one we're gonna do in this episode. So let's unlock the castle here and let's unlock the common wares. The common wares, as you can see, produce 3 common wares in exchange for 3 planks and 1 iron, which means we're gonna need to make more iron. Not easy, but that's gonna be important. As a reminder, the common wares, this is one of those goods that they want here. Sorry, 1 second. Let's find one of my commoners. Here it is. So in terms of the goods there, right, they want either common clothes, common wares, and candles. And of course, a commoner only wants 1 of them. I'm pretty sure when we move to citizen, the next level, they're probably gonna want at least 2. So we need to get ready for this. And here we see, by the way, a next mission. Building a castle. Your villagers dream of a castle. It will make the road safer and companies could be relied upon for dangerous chores. They say a splendid castle could even catch the king's eye. So that's definitely one of the next missions for us, right? We want that in our city. We have over here a couple of new things as mentioned, right? If we look into the monuments, we're gonna have the castle, yes, right? And then we have also in the goods production, the commonsware workshop, right? Which again will take some planks and some iron. I'm thinking, there is an iron there, but we also have one here. So maybe we're gonna use that one because we already have iron anyway there. So maybe that's a good idea. You put more iron, you use, maybe we even use that one iron smelter there. We put a second person, right? So yeah, I think that's gonna be over here. I may want to expand though. Yeah, let's expand this warehouse with this warehouse depot, right, next to it, so that we have more reserves slots. And yeah, we also have planks, I think not too far, or at least we could make some. Yeah, we have planks over here, right? So that sounds like a good idea. Like we just need to add, we need this to be built first, I think. Okay, when this is built, I can add basically planks, and we can add maybe iron, yeah, what is that called? Iron, yeah. And we can then add also the common wares. Maybe add one more iron gathering there. Oh, and there's another one there too, okay. So yeah, I think this is a good place, for iron. We may want to also close, this fence, make it clean. Let's go, apply the change, and I can always, expand a bit one of the farms, like this one. Yep, it says too small, so let's expand it a bit to cover, even if again, it doesn't seem to be getting to the end. I don't know why, but they don't seem to be getting to the end when they sow. So don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you know why. But we have enough bread, enough wheat at the moment, so that's not a problem. Okay, let's build a bit of this and I'll see you in a minute. I'm loving this game so much, like it is really so cool to see an organic city like this. And by the way, if you're wondering, you can definitely take out all of the UI, Control U will take all of the UI. And also if you don't want to see, for example, okay, this building is full, it's fine. I'm happy for it to be full, right? So you can click on visibility over here and decide which of these icons you don't want to see. So for example, full, you can say I don't want to see it anymore. To be honest, I actually do like to see it because that shows me, okay, that production is fine, like it's working 100%, like it's making enough is what I mean. But anyway, yes, I have continued to improve, right? You can see, I mean, we're continuing to improve. So houses over here, they've moved to being high density house or medium density house, and I'm also upgrading some of them to become beautiful, to become medium quality houses, because I'm upgrading a couple of people here and there into commoner. I'll show you how many we have, but for example the brewer over here, right, it's best suited to citizen. So if you put a serf, I mean, let's look over here, you can over here and see that my current productivity is only 50% because it's a commoner and not a citizen. But imagine if it was a serf, that would be even worse, right? So this is why, some of those production, I'm starting to put commoners in there. But yeah, the brewery now is starting to work, right? We have some wheat, we have some hop and some water. The hop, right, this is this farm here, you can see, and the wheat here. I've also started to build more and more of these fences around. Here I've just started to build a new storage, because I'm thinking we're gonna put wood and then planks here. Then a tavern over here has been built. Look at this, magnificent. So we have now access to this service, right, with public attendance of 25. And I also have over here this service counter. I've put again a taverner. It's gamer, it's me. But you need to assign a resource. In our case, we're going to assign the beer, now that we just started making some, right? And last but not least, if you look at the market next to it, right, we have a new stall, and instead of being a red for advanced food or a white for basic food, it is a green, because it is a good, it is for the common clothes, right? And we can have the common clothes or the common wares, or in the future the candles. Right now we're only making the common clothes, so that's what I've done. And again, remember, this is a different one, not just in terms of color, but even in the stall there, you have a food stall, and here we have a good stall, so you need to choose a good stall. So yeah, with this, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to be able to have our commoners very happy. So actually looking at my people over here, you can see that most of my serfs, or all of my serfs, they're at 75, because they're basically at 100%, they're very happy. And let's click on one, they get everything, but then they have a bit of taxes, so they get to 75, right? And if we move down, we should start seeing my commoners at the bottom. There it is. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 commoners so far. They're doing a bit more advanced jobs, right? Like iron smelter, tax collector, baker, taverner, baker, and brewer. And this one, they are at 70. So let's click on one of them to see. They're at 70 because they have all of their essential needs. They're getting the goods for the common clothes. They aren't getting yet the entertainment, because we just clicked on it 1 second ago. So first the beer needs to be delivered, and then they need to go there to get it. And then they have taxes that are slightly lower, right? In terms of taxes, I've put them here. So instead of 25, it's 15. So let's give it a minute for the beer to arrive over here. It is, the beer actually has arrived. So now we just need my commoner to start going there, and they will get to 100% happiness. In the meantime, we have received a missive, so let's check it out. Unraveling the mystery tax. You learn Davenport is imposing a new taxation law on traded goods. The details are a mystery, but it yields considerable profit without impacting commerce. What? If you were to crack its secret, such a tax could greatly benefit your village. We will figure it out as we trade. So if we trade 1,000 with them, we'll get it. Or we can send the bailiff, but we have only a 20% chance of it working. So that's not great. One of the elder will tell us. So if we pay 250 coins, which we have more than 1,000, and 20 labor action points, which we have the maximum, right? We have 50, but 50 the cap. They could tell us. So I think we're gonna do that one. And with this, we should unlock, they said, a new edict. So let's check it out. Edicts and privileges. I think it is a new privilege, not a new edict. Let's click over here. And there, yes, unlock merchandise tax on market store. But in order to do this, we need to basically pay the fee in the belief, right, of revise the labor privilege to change the one that we currently have, which honestly is pretty good actually, to make a new one. Or what we need to do is to unlock a new one, which will be through our path, right? Over here, if I look at the path, where is the next one? It must be over here. Tier 3 labor privilege. Oh no, here actually, sorry. No, this has been unlocked, yes, so it's this one. We need to get to that one, which means we need 75 of the labor esteem. We have 73, so I feel like we should just do this quickly. The way we can, we have a new status for the villagers. I'm going to show you in a second, but that means our tavern is working basically. So let's go into the market and just add 2 of these things here, right? How much is that? Yeah, this is 2. That's perfect. That's perfect. It should be built very quickly. Let's prioritize it, and I'll see you. And while this is happening, actually, no. Oops, sorry, I just paused the game. I didn't see that. But yeah, while this is happening, we can check who is very happy. Maybe it's all of my people. But here it is. Here it is. Justin. We can see Justin at the top of the chart over here. He has 785 because I think he's getting everything. He went to the tavern. He drank a bit of beer. That's great. And now he's at 100. He's basically at 100% in terms of needs. And he has just 15% of taxes. I feel like we can also probably soon increase the taxes for those commoners, and soon we'll be able to also start upgrading some to citizens. I'm not gonna do it right away because remember what happened when we had our first commoner. We were unable to give that person, it was Boxpoon actually, I think, we were unable to give Boxpoon everything he wanted, right? Because we didn't have some of the new things. For citizens, for example, maybe we're gonna need the third refined food, cheese. We're not making cheese, right? Maybe we're gonna need also a second good, commonwealth. We're not making that either. Maybe we're gonna need, new types of entertainment or something like this. We're not doing that either. So we do need, to do a few more productions first, let's say, before we move to citizens. But while I was talking, the great thing is in my common path, we have unlocked now this new tier. So we have in particular, the tier 3 labor privilege. Let's take that quickly and let's check it out together. So if we go into my edicts and privileges, I have unlocked a new one. So let's remind ourselves quickly the other ones. Trade bonus, newcomer ignore the happiness immigration factor. You can have one more concurring tax without penalty. So it's basically more money. Residential taxation happiness is decreased. Okay. Every time you trade with one village, you gain 1 influence. That's not bad. And unlock the merchandise tax on market stall. So we don't actually know what it is, so let's try it and see what happens. Because now, what does that mean, It's like, you didn't tell me anything. So if we go into our market stall, is it gonna start making money? I mean, we do have 0 out of 250. But it is not saying exactly how much money we're gonna make. I guess we will see it in our coin tenancy in the future, right? We should have residential tax and probably like a market tax. So we'll see that in the next episode. But as you can see, so far I'm making a lot of money, even buying some territory. I'm still making money because there's a lot of taxes, and I'm basically having low upkeep thanks to some of those edicts. And I'm not buying, tools or things like this to the other villages. So far so good. We're definitely not having a problem here. Can take a couple more villagers and we get close to 160. Our population definitely grown. We can see our food looking fine, except for the fish. I think we're gonna need to increase our fish production. Let's check also this milestone. It is a trade surplus. They are going to give us, oh, that's not bad actually. They give us some beer if we give them some clothes. I just need to store that clothes, and we have 30 days. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think the next episode we can start building the castle. I'm thinking we build it on top of the mountain there to our great hall. Maybe I'll revamp this slightly and I'm building it on top here. So that way we really have, if you look at the bottom of the village where you're on the lake, you can see everything, including the castle at the top there. That's a really cool view. Please smash the like button. Tell me if you want your name in one of the villagers or one of the buildings. And I hope to see you next time.